What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Rio, and this is my wife Kyra, and we are back with another episode of Marriage Madness. I know it's been a while.
It has not been a while.
Pretty busy. It's been like a week. It's been like 6 days.
That's not a while.
I'm saying, but it's been a minute since we posted, but we're back. As you can see, the setting is different. We're actually outside in the car, and in today's episode, we're going to talk about balance and how do we maintain balance when it comes to our marriage and our family. So I'm gonna let her start as usual. Floor is yours.
Okay, so I first want to say, you'll probably see this after, but happy Juneteenth, everybody. Freedom Day. But I hope you guys are out here putting into the community, not just today but every day after, just taking advantage of the resources that we do have and taking advantage of being able to support one another. So I just want to put that little gem out there. But so he wants to talk about maintaining balance. This is actually an email topic that we got.
Right.
As you can see, we're in the car. This is part of maintaining balance. We have a sitter today, which is not something that we usually have, especially since COVID. We have not had a sitter in
a long time,
since March.
Yeah.
And now their Nana, my husband's mother, she is at our house with the kids. So we decided to get dressed and step out. We was gonna go get something to eat, but our grills and it tastes good. So we gonna eat that food. And we just
grilled?
Okay, you grilled.
Oh, all right.
I seasoned, he grilled, whatever. Right. But so we went and got some ice cream and we went and grabbed some liquor and we just gonna enjoy today. But starting with maintaining balance, like in any couple, any relationship, you know that it's usually somebody is responsible for this, somebody is responsible for that. He works 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. I'm self-employed, but I can kind of adjust my schedule how I need to adjust it. Not that I don't work as hard or as long or maybe even more hours sometimes. But and then the kids, like, they're usually home with me all day, you know, until he gets home. So very different, but it's kind of like the same weight on both of our shoulders. And I know, like, it can be difficult to maintain because he be tired when he get out of work. I be tired when he come from work. And if we both don't get to a place or didn't get to a place where we understood that each one of us has a lot on our plate and how we balance it, then it wouldn't be good.
Right.
So one thing I say that we do that helps us balance is we don't, the gender roles thing, we completely cut that out. It's not only I have to do laundry as a woman or dishes or something like that. Like, granted, majority of the time I should because he's not home, but he knows, like, if something needs to be done and it's in his power or will to do it, then he's just gonna do it. And that kind of helps as far as me too. Like, there's certain things, well, I can get better with trying to take out the trash and stuff like that, because this
I mean,
it's
that's
stuff
not
that,
something you should have to do though.
I know, but like the other day, I was like, what, you thought today was Tuesday, you thought that day was Tuesday, and it was actually Wednesday, and you said something, I was like, it's Wednesday. You was like, oh shoot, the trash. But like, it is kind of some stuff that I leave for you to do,
Right.
and you don't always leave stuff for me to do, so there is an imbalance there.
For me, it's more so like I try to pick up where you lack, you know what I'm saying? Not to say you lack anything, but let's just say I know she had these kids all day, so when I come home, if I see dishes in the sink, rather than me yelling or asking like, yo, why these dishes in the sink, I'll just take my shower and I'll go right in the kitchen and I'll get to cleaning it up. not to say like this should have already been done. It's more like, let me help her because I know she probably had a lot on her plate today. This is why these dishes are left in the sink, or this is why this is left over here, or this is left over there. I just like to just kind of step in rather than argue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was big in the past. I used to complain a lot until I took my kids out by myself. I had them for completely a full day. My wife was gone, and it was like, okay, I get it now. It kind of like, it just clicked in my head, like, let me stop complaining and more so help her out because she does need help. And I always used to look at it like me being a man and me being able to balance work and keeping my house clean and taking the trash out or cutting the grass or whatever was needed. If I had to do that, I felt like as a man, I can do that. Not realizing she's not the same as me. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes...
Oh, no. You ain't about to say that.
Not to say that you're not as good as me. Sometimes you may look to me and be like, can you help me out? Versus me, I wouldn't come to you and be like, can you help me out? I just get it done. That's the difference in a man and a woman. That's my opinion.
Well, no. Because I rarely ask you for help. I kind of feel like you should know when I need help.
I do.
And for the most part, you do. And I guess that's how we maintain the balance, because you know, like, when I'm at my wit's end or whatever. But I don't come to you and ask you for help.
I know. Because you don't have to.
Okay.
You don't come to me and ask for help because you don't have to. I automatically, as a man, I know what you need help with.
Not all the time.
Give me an example of what I don't know you need help with.
I tell you all the time, like, I'll be like, babe, or how many times when I'm cooking or something and I'm like overwhelmed with the day and I'm trying to get dinner or whatever, and Summer's just in the kitchen, like, in stuff. She's in the cabinet. She's in the freezer getting ice. And, like, it takes for me to get frustrated and yell for you to do that, as opposed to being like, okay, she cooking. She got a lot going on. Let me just make sure that these kids is out her hair or straight until she finished. So there is situations where you don't know. Like, don't do that.
I kind of feel like I do step in. I may wait until you say Summer, but then I'll come in and I'll immediately get her because I know she's probably in your way.
By then, I'm already frustrated.
No. You say it maybe one time and I'll come in and be like, Summer, and I'll come and grab her and I'll take her in the other room with me. Am I lying?
You do, but then she be right back in the kitchen.
Okay, and then I come right back and get her.
No, not always, but you got that. I feel like, as far as like the household, like, we don't do like a set, like, these is your chores. These is your chores. You do this on this day, you do it on that day. Not saying that a schedule wouldn't help, because it could, but right. What works for us is just kind of like, we know
what needs to be done,
and whoever has access just does it. We just kind of try to leave the frustration out of it, because everything's not gonna be perfect. One thing, I talked to one of my aunts a couple months ago, and she said something that really made sense, because I used to get frustrated about things, and I know he did too, about things not being done, or it used to make me anxious and stuff like that. And it was more so like, you got to think about it. He'll get mad because the dishes ain't done or stuff. Not to ask him, like, okay, so the dishes not done, you upset with me, but is it gonna matter tomorrow that the dishes wasn't done today at 5 o'clock?
Right.
Is it gonna matter in 10 years to me or you that I didn't do the dishes on July or June 19th? Like, is that gonna matter?
Right.
So I try to, like, because everything's not gonna be perfect, just like keep that open mind. Like, does it really matter that bad for it to change how we maneuver?
Right.
Granted, you can't say that about everything, but I feel like that helps because the expectations are less heavy. They're still there, but they're less heavy. And then you realize like it's not the end of the world.
Right.
And this is just as far as like household stuff, but like maintaining balance when it comes to like us, because we don't get a break. So I try to do like, even now, like different things. Like I buy little games and stuff like that, and I be tired, but
yeah, she buy the games. We don't never play them. Like she definitely buy the games, and they definitely go up in the cabinet, and then maybe a month or so later we'll remember that we got the game and we may play it.
Something,
maybe.
Yeah, just something for us to have. And the intention is like, I have this for us when the kids go to sleep. We make the time for ourselves, like literally make the time. You have to make time. Like, that's a part of the balance. You have to make time.
You have to stay awake for the time too.
Oh, that's a shot.
You have to stay awake.
That's
because
definitely a shot.
A lot of times, okay, I'll put the kids down and I'll come in the room and she'll be asleep already. It's only 8:30, so now I'm up by myself. So if you make the time, you have to make sure that you spend the time with your partner.
I'll take that because I do sleep on him a lot. Like I do go to sleep a lot. I be tired. But that's a part of sacrifice. And like, if I need to drink some caffeine or something and to stay up so I can spend time with my husband, then that's what I need to do. And what else about balance? Like sex. We don't plan sex. We just
It just happens.
we just do.
It's another episode. Just happens.
Yeah, but that's a part of balance too. Like, how do you make sure you get everything in and make sure that everything is being fulfilled? So, like as far as that, like,
What?
I don't know, cause I know it's a whole nother episode to talk about intimacy. But like as far as like intimacy, we don't.
She want to say that when it comes to sex, it's like I said, she be sleep. So if she sleep, I won't bother her. She be like, why don't you just wake me up? I'll be like, no, I figured you're tired, so I'll wait until you're up and then we can get it in. But if you're asleep, I'm going to let you sleep.
But if the tables is turned and he sleep and I'm awake, he want me to wake him up. So how does that work?
It's another episode, man. It's another episode. It's another episode.
Exactly. You want to be woken up, but then you don't want to wake me up. So I don't understand that.
You gotta find a balance.
Exactly.
You gotta find a balance.
Well, what you talking about is like this kind of balance. It's not like this. So
explain. I don't know what you're talking about.
If you think it's okay for me to wake you up,
oh, okay, got
but
you.
then you don't want to wake me up. It's not balanced at all. But again, what else? When it comes to the kids, like I say, like we figured out a way to balance that really well, because I'm during the day, they're with me, and I more so make sure they eating and taken care of and stuff like that. And when he come home, like I kid you not, I get lax when he get home, but he still hold it down. Like if he got to, he'll give baths. If he definitely always do bedtime. Like these kids be in bed. If they ain't sleep, they in bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock. Yeah. And that's just his thing. And I can appreciate that, because if it was up to me, I get so lax that it's just kind of like, whatever. Y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do.
Yeah, I always tell her, like, you need to put these kids on the schedule. If they're on the schedule, you're not gonna break that balance beam ever. It's kind of like they know the routine. So therefore, when it's after you eat, they know to go upstairs and take a shower. They know to brush their teeth. Once you brush your teeth, take your shower, all right, get in your room, turn your light off, and chill out. So I try to take that burden off of her to where it's like she doesn't have to feel like she's dealt with the kids all day without a break. So oftentimes when I get home, I just 100% just take over.
For the
Right.
most part.
Outside of her doing cooking, I don't cook. So,
That's another thing. We
That's-
don't have balance on that because he don't cook.
but you've
Nothing.
never had an issue with that.
I'm just used to it.
You've
And would it
never
be
had an
nice?
issue.
Would it be nice if you did cook or could cook and held dinner down sometimes? Yes,
I
it
can
would
cook.
be nice.
Don't say if I could cook, because I can cook. I just let you cook because
What can
that's
you
your
cook?
thing. Burgers, spaghetti,
You ain't never made no
fries,
spaghetti. I ain't never
hot
seen
dogs, grilled cheese, ramen noodles. All the easy stuff. I can
all
make
the stuff
everything
we ain't
easy.
eating for dinner. So
I
that's
feel like
that.
that's your thing, though.
And that's
If
fine.
you want me to cook, then I'll get in the kitchen and whip it up. Like, just say it.
No, because there's many times I'll be
See?
like, babe, you want
See?
to come
No.
in the kitchen and you want to help me cook.
And
And
what I
like-
say.
You don't mind. You say you don't mind, but it's not like a yeah. So I just be like, never mind, because it's not
No,
like.
you don't. I'll be like, sure. I'll be like, all right, cool.
But I never, like, I don't get the whole, like, I want to be in the kitchen cooking. Like, it's just kind of like, if you want me to.
All right, well, let's find a balance with that. Because a lot of times I come in there and be like, yo, you need some help? You need anything? She be like, no, I'm good. I'll be like, all right.
That's true. I can't lie about that. What else is a part of balance?
I think we covered the gist of
Yeah.
our balance.
About, like, you know, just the relationship wise, holding the kids down, the household. Like, I think the balance is just picking up where somebody might lack or might not be around for. And that just makes it so much easier to maneuver. It's just like, all right, he didn't do it, but I'm gonna do it. And then once it's done, you might be a little frustrated while you're doing it because you feel like,
Right.
you shouldn't have to, or the other person could have did it first or whatever. But once it's done, it's like out of sight, out of mind.
It's less of a headache if you just go ahead and do it.
Right. So, or like little stuff, like the balance of us not getting our time. He's not a planner either. So, like, if you know what I mean, if there's something I want, what you made that face for? Are you a planner?
Yeah, I'm a planner a little bit.
What do you plan,
A lot, so.
babe?
All right, you got me, so.
Exactly. You just don't like the way it sounds. But if you don't like the way something sounds, what do?
You fix it.
Exactly. So, and that's it too. If something ain't working, we go back to the drawing board. Like, I'm not, because it sounds like we got it all together, which for the most part we make it work. But there are times where it's just like, this is not working. And we have to figure out, like, all right, what's the issue at hand? How can we fix this?
Right.
What would, you know what I mean? What would you feel? How would you feel? How much, what is it? What would you feel better if we did? And then, you know what I mean? We work it out like that. I will say being open-minded helps us too, because it's not always it's my way or the highway thing. Like, for him especially, like, I tell him something, or I feel a certain way, or I think, and he really just be like, all right, let's do that. Now for me, sometimes I go toe to toe a little bit, but then I understand, like, it ain't always gonna be my way. And being together as long as we have been, it's just a really good way to function. Just being like, all right, everything ain't gonna work the way we expect it to be, but we can figure this out.
Right.
And I think that's how we maintain balance with everything. Figuring it out. If it don't work, figure it out.
That's all.
That's it.
That's it, and that's all.
So, I want to hear how you and your spouses balance. Like, what are different things that you guys do to make sure like it's just not chaotic. Like, how do you balance? How do you make sure one person is not overwhelmed? Or if one person is overwhelmed, what do you do? Do you do things similar to what we do? Do you do things different? Because we're open too. Like, it might be something we read like, oh, that might work.
Yeah.
So let us know. Drop a line down below. Let us know. And we'll definitely be active with talking back and forth with you guys. But this is our vlog for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And we'll be back with another episode. We'll probably drop 2 this week, just because he feel like it's been a while.
Yeah, we've been slacking a little bit, man. Been a little tired.
Stop saying that. We ain't been slacking.
We've been busy. You know, we got our mobile juice business, pressfreshatl.com. Make sure you check it out. But yeah, we're gonna get more active on here. But thank you guys for watching. Can't wait till the next episode. And tell us what you think about our new intro and our outro. Peace.